Hello, everyone. So today we just passed 4,000 subscribers on the channel. So I really want to thank everyone, first of all, for that. And second of all, on our recent charity campaign, I did 2 charity streams to help underprivileged children in Armenia, and we were able to raise $780 total in those charity streams. So thank you, everyone, for donating, for helping to make that possible. That's more than I ever thought I could ever raise. And it's really amazing. It's an amazing community. Thank you all for that. So today, in honor of the 4,000 subscribers reached on the channel, I thought it would be good to do another full Total War Games tier list. And the reason for this is because I have done one I think when I reached 350 subscribers, but that was including the mod scenes for all of them. So that really affected my verdict on a lot of these games, including the mods, right? So we're doing this one just vanilla games, right? Just vanilla games. So no mods are involved here. So, yeah, we're ranking the vanilla Total War games. So let's start out. Let's go from the bottom up here. Let's just take care of this. All right, so the first one up here is Three Kingdoms. So Three Kingdoms, of course, is the newest, like, really big Total War game, original Total War game that's not a saga game, right? And it's I have played it. I do have it. And I appreciate a lot of things about it, and I don't like other things about it. So, things I don't like. I don't care for the romance mode with the hero generals. I understand it's kind of influenced by the romance of the Three Kingdoms and the legendary characters and all that. But I don't think it works for this historical Total War game. I would have liked a bigger focus on the historical aspect. The battles are a little bit weak here because you don't get that kind of Shogun 2 rock, paper, scissors kind of thing. It's all, it's not quite as strong, like the effectiveness of certain units against others. And also, I feel like so I've mostly played it in records mode. Like after trying out romance mode, I didn't like the hero mechanics. I don't like hero battles. I don't find them as interesting, just for me personally. But records mode I find to be quite fun in its own right. It's strong. The strongest aspect of Three Kingdoms is its diplomacy. Diplomacy actually works in a Total War game. Makes me very happy to see. Mod scene is weak, but I'm not counting that for this. So really strong diplomacy, cool campaign map. I do like the campaign map. I like a lot of its ideas. I don't like the hero mechanics at all. So, it's going to be like a C plus or B minus for me. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Give it a B. But it's more like a B minus, C plus sort of situation for Three Kingdoms. Because, I really like the diplomacy and I really hope they keep up with the diplomatic improvements. But again, something I really don't like about Three Kingdoms, the recruitment system. I hate the recruitment system, recruiting from generals and then the different colored generals gives you like access to different units and it's not quite clear. And it's just very strange, the whole recruitment system. Like Rome 2, I thought was a decent recruitment system. You recruit to the general, you recruit whatever units you have available in that province. It makes sense. Three Kingdoms doesn't make sense to me. I don't like that aspect. So, C plus, B minus. That's what I give Three Kingdoms. Okay, next one, Thrones of Britannia. I've never played it. That's all I can say about that. The setting, I think the setting has been done to death. And I feel that maybe affected its lukewarm reception, aside from the campaign mechanics that people seem to be split on. I think the art style looks cool of Thrones of Britannia, but other than that, I haven't played it, so I don't know what to say about it. Um, I usually like these focused campaigns, but it should have been a DLC for Attila or something, because as a standalone game, I don't think it works. And I think a lot of people agree with me on that. Okay. Next, we have Rome 2. And again, we're not talking about any of the mods, not talking about Divide et Impera, not talking about Wars of the Gods or any of the other Rome 2 mods, Rise of Christianity. Good mods in their own right. Divide et Impera, excellent mod. Rome 2 is a tough one. Like, upon release, I played it at release, and I was disappointed because the game was not as deep as it should have been. The battles were not as good as they should have been. The AI was messed up. The AI only recruited slingers everywhere. Slingers everywhere. And then, they kept at it. They patched it. They patched it to death. They patched it 2 years ago. Can you imagine? They patched Rome 2 years ago, and they gave it the Rise of the Republic DLC. And they did a whole full review of Rome 2 and all the DLC just a few months ago. And, I came away with mostly positive impressions of the game. And I mostly played it vanilla for that review. I have played Divide et Impera, excellent mod. And Wars of the Gods as well, another good mod, kind of in the vein of Darth mod, like a successor to Darth mod. It's a good game. It's definitely stronger than Three Kingdoms for me. It's got the diversity in the factions. Aspects of Rome 2 I don't like. So I find the battles to be fun. Like, first of all, let's get that out of the way. I talk about the battles in Rome 2 endlessly in my review. I actually like the battles, and, in mods like Divide et Impera, they're even better. The graphics, I don't like the campaign map graphics. I like the battle graphics. But yeah, campaign map, I don't like in Rome 2 at all. I don't think it looks good. It looks kind of blocky to me. I don't like the cliff sides. I don't like where the sea meets the cliffs. I don't like that aspect of the campaign map graphics at all. I don't like the huge cities. Rome 2 is a tough one. It has a very diverse array of campaigns now, DLC, and I'm judging these with their full DLC, with all those packs included here. And with all those packs, like Wrath of Sparta, Rise of the Republic, Empire Divided, I'm going to have to go B+, A- here. B+, A- for Rome 2. Because diplomacy, pretty good. I like it so much better than Rome 1 and Medieval 2 in that aspect. And I find it to be a bit of an improvement over the Shogun 2 diplomacy. Just a bit. I'm going to give it a B+, A- here, so I'm going to I'll put it under B as well. B+, A- for Rome 2. Attila. Now, I like Attila. I think they improved on a lot of aspects of Rome 2. But on the other hand, I don't like the UI as much in Attila. Like, the UI in Rome 2 doesn't bother me anymore. It used to bother me at the beginning, but I got used to it. Attila, I don't know if I like the UI changes. Maybe, I've played more Rome 2 than Attila. Maybe that's why the UI bothers me more in Attila. I feel like there are a lot of aspects in Attila that are improved. I like the cavalry charges in Attila for some reason. I like they kind of have that Shogun 2 trample kind of feeling. The campaign is pretty cool. Again, not talking about mods here, but I do want to mention the Medieval Kingdoms mod for Attila, which is good. I know I haven't talked about it on the channel yet because I get triggered by the awful settlement placement, and you know, that's not something they can edit quite yet, the settlement placement on the campaign map, but I get triggered by that. I have to give Attila, but Attila has less diversity in the campaigns, right? So it has less campaigns than Rome 2. It shares a lot of the mechanics of Rome 2, but they're done better in Attila. I like the UI in Rome 2 a little better. So you kind of trade blows here with Rome 2. I have to give Attila a straight B or B+. I like it, but they should have worked on it some more. Some people say Empire Divided should have been a DLC for Attila instead of Rome 2. I feel like Attila needed one more DLC. You know, the last Roman was a good campaign, but like a bigger DLC that focused in on the Byzantine Sassanid Wars, the rise of the Caliphate. That would have been a great campaign. A sort of Dark Age campaign, like maybe 9th century, 10th century, before the Medieval 2 start date. That might have been cool. But, you know, for that reason, I have to give it a B, because even though it improves on Rome 2 in a lot of aspects, it fails in some other aspects, including the amount of content they released for it, the amount of patches. They abandoned it a bit too quickly, in my opinion. We have Total War Battles Kingdom here. I have never played it. Spartan Total Warrior. A lot of people like this game, but unfortunately I've never played it. Yeah, it's one that I really want to do at some point. Shogun, the original Shogun. So the original Shogun, it's a good game. It's the first game in the series. I enjoy it. I have played it. I played it with the Total War Eras collection. I was too young when it was first released. It's a good game, but you know, it's very simplistic, especially compared to even its successor, Medieval Total War. The atmosphere is good, but yeah, it's very simplistic. But I have to give it some credit for starting off everything, so I give it a C. Now we get to Shogun 2. Shogun 2, in terms of the vanilla game, is my favorite Total War game to play vanilla. The one where I can even recommend other people playing it vanilla and not recommend mods. That's Shogun 2. I love the game vanilla. I love the multiplayer campaign. I love even the realm divide that happens that everyone hates once you start getting close to victory. I like it because it gives an end game challenge. I like it. Shogun 2, my favorite Total War game to play vanilla. The only mod that is probably necessary, like 100% necessary for a game like Shogun 2, is the Kisho Ninja Fix mod that fixes the stats for the Tokugawa and the Hattori Kisho Ninja, which they forgot to rebalance those at the end, so they end up being actually weaker than the generic Kisho Ninja. So that's the only fix this game really needs, and it's such a minor thing. So, you know, Shogun 2, the battles are fast and furious, and the animations are so great. The campaign map is the best, most aesthetically pleasing campaign map. The immersion is there. The soundtrack is perhaps the best in the series. Shogun 2. Same goes for Fall of the Samurai. The soundtrack in Fall of the Samurai, so excellent. Uncle Samurai, the track where the way the tracks develop as you progress in the tech tree, as you develop your faction, you become more modernized. It's such an excellent expansion. Fall of the Samurai is the best expansion campaign, the best DLC they've ever released for any Total War. Shogun 2, Rise of the Samurai campaign, I really like that campaign. I don't know why some people don't like it. I really like Rise of the Samurai. Really different atmosphere. Each campaign has its own set of units, its own victory conditions, its own campaign mechanics. I really like the effort they put into Shogun 2. The naval battles in Fall of the Samurai the only time I've really enjoyed naval battles in Total War. It's I really love Shogun 2 multiplayer campaign. I've played so many, had so much fun with Shogun 2. It's my top pick, S rank for Shogun 2 and Follow the Samurai. Such a good game. I hope for the next historical Total War they take a lot of the narrative beats from Shogun 2. Oh, also, how can I forget the historical battles in Follow the Samurai with that progression? So interesting. It's like the only time I felt compelled to do historical battles, or Napoleon and Shogun 2 Follow the Samurai. Well done. Well done indeed. I really like those two. Rome Total War. So this one, I'll judge it by the remaster here, because the remaster is essentially the same game, right? With a few fixes, quality of life improvements. It's essentially the same game. Now, Rome Total War Vanilla. When I did my first Total War tier list and I counted the mods, I put Rome under S. No doubt about it. Rome with the mods in the mod community is an S rank. My favorite Total War, my most played of all time with the mods. However, the vanilla game I never really liked that much. I played it a lot, and then I found mods, and I never really found a reason to boot up the vanilla game really ever again, except to get footage for this channel. But, you know, Rome Total War, vanilla, I revisited the vanilla game with the remaster. And, you know, I said in my review that I feel like the remaster is an excellent game because it's going to be an excellent canvas for a lot of total conversion mods, like medieval era mods, Lord of the Rings mods, super historically accurate mods like Rome Total Realism and Europa Barbarorum, and that's why I really like the remaster. But the remaster itself as a vanilla game, you know, I appreciate it. I appreciate the original Rome Total War. I enjoyed myself a lot. I feel like the campaign mechanics they really nailed in Rome Total War, especially the population mechanic. I feel like the remaster has improved those campaign mechanics just a little bit. The population issue, helping the AI so that they don't kill off their own population, recruiting too many units. The addition of merchants, things like that, the improved diplomacy. I feel like, okay, so Rome Total War has 3 campaigns, right? The original campaign, I really like that campaign. The Imperial campaign, you start in 270 BC. You can play as you know, Achaemenid successor factions, you've got Diadochi factions, you've got Greek city-states, you've got the Romans, you've got Germanic tribes, Carthage. It's such a classic assortment of factions, each with their own unique play style that I feel they play more unique in the original Rome than in Rome 2, and that's a leg up that I feel Rome has. The AI is no doubt worse in the original Rome. The pathfinding is worse in the original Rome. But I had so much fun with it. And I'm so excited about the future of Rome Remastered, especially with the mod community. Though I'm not talking about mods here. Barbarian Invasion, I feel, is one of the best expansion campaigns they've ever released, having played it again. Back in the old days, I didn't really give Barbarian Invasion enough of a chance. I played it a little bit and then I didn't like it that much. But playing it again for the remaster as Ostrogoths, the Sassanids, as the Romano-British, those factions that can spawn randomly at the beginning as like horde factions like the Ostrogoths, the Slavs, and the Romano-British. Really great campaign, really underrated. I really liked Barbarian Invasion, especially when I played it in the remaster. The Alexander campaign, you know, it does lack that replayability, but it has the Achaemenids. Of course, the Achaemenids, one of my favorite civilizations of all time. I give Rome Total War an A-. Rome Remastered, Rome Total War. It definitely could have been better. The pathfinding, the AI definitely needs some more patches, some more improvements for the remaster, but I feel like the future is really bright with this game. The base game, with the achievements and all the quality of life improvements, yeah, the UI is different, but it doesn't bother me that much. I give it an A minus. I like Rome. I like Rome Total War. It's not the best because it does have issues, right? It has a lot of issues. I can't deny. I can't deny it has a lot of issues, but I give it an A minus. I really like Rome Total War. Next up, we've got Napoleon. Napoleon Total War. Now, I talked about Napoleon when I did my first tier list a lot. I've done a couple videos on Napoleon. I did a retrospective review of Napoleon Total War. And, Napoleon is... I feel like it's an underrated game in the series. I definitely do understand why a lot of people feel like it should have been an expansion for Empire Total War rather than its own standalone game. Or it could have been a standalone expansion priced at $40 maybe. But now Napoleon, it's got an excellent soundtrack. I really love Napoleon's soundtrack. I think it's an S-tier soundtrack on par with Shogun 2. I really think it's immersive. The campaign map tracks are great. The different campaigns, the Italian campaign, the Egyptian campaign, the Peninsular campaign, and then you get the Grand campaign. I really like the different campaigns available in Napoleon because, that's one of the reasons why when I want to get a new player into Total War, like I don't recommend, I wouldn't have recommended the original Rome, but I could recommend the remaster with the certain improvements it makes. But Napoleon is one of the first ones I recommend, Napoleon Shogun 2, because Napoleon, it's got that build-up in difficulty. So you've got the Italian campaign, which is a pretty straightforward and easy campaign, and it allows a new player to learn the mechanics. And then you get the Egyptian one, where it's a little bit different. Your opponents play a little bit differently, more of a cavalry focus. You have to work on your anti-cavalry tactics. And then the naval battles are introduced there as well. And then you progress to the Grand campaign, where you're fighting a lot of land battles. You've got some sea battles. And then you have the full-on campaign management, the tech tree in the Napoleon Grand campaign. I really like that sort of progression, that development in Napoleon. And I feel like, especially for new players, that makes it especially friendly for them. I really like Napoleon. I really do. I really do. But is it S tier? Now, Napoleon, it does lack a little bit of that diversity, right? So you don't have that diversity in terms of the battles, because a lot of the battles play very similarly, right? Because it's a gunpowder Total War. And because it's not like a worldwide map or close to it like in Empire, it hurts in the diversity department in terms of the diverse factions and armies and things like that. So because of that, I have to give Napoleon an A. I really like Napoleon with mods. The AI is excellent. Really excellent. Like I reviewed The Rights of Man 2 for Napoleon on the channel. The AI in Napoleon has so much potential, but in the vanilla game, the AI is not that great. I don't know what values they changed in mods like Darth Mod and The Rights of Man, but yeah, vanilla Napoleon AI is just okay. But yeah, Napoleon is an A. A to A plus. They really nailed the immersion, the aesthetic. I really like Napoleon. Now, Medieval Total War. Bombshell alert. Medieval. S tier. Medieval's an incredible game. Medieval Total War Vanilla is an incredible Total War game. I don't know why it doesn't get so much attention nowadays, even nostalgic attention. Medieval Total War is such an excellent game. The campaign mechanics are deep. even though it is still based on that kind of 2D Shogun 2 style map. Yes, the graphics aren't that great because you've got the 2D sprites on the battlefield, but the 2D art, the soundtrack, the best on par with Shogun 2 in the series. Um, the campaign. So in the main game, you've got three campaigns, right? You've got the early era, the high era, and the late era. Adds so much flavor to medieval Total War. And then you get to play the same factions, but in different historical contexts, in different historical situations. My first Total War campaign ever was medieval Total War high era Byzantine campaign because I thought, whoa, that looks interesting. And that you know, up to today, I still remember that campaign fondly. I played it to the end. Such an excellent campaign, excellent soundtrack, excellent Dark Age aesthetic. A very dark game. I really wish they kept this medieval Total War atmosphere in Medieval 2. Medieval Total War, I hope they remaster it. That's how much I like this game. I hope they remaster Medieval and Shogun, make a nice little package of both of them, HD remasters, and release them because it's such a great game. The battles are really good. The AI, excellent on both the campaign map and in battle, especially the battle AI in Medieval is pretty good. I never ended up being that good at medieval battles. Well, those of you who watch the channel know that I'm not the greatest battle tactician. But yeah, Medieval Total War, I really like the game. The mods for Medieval are really good too. Medieval Excel adds so many factions. But again, not taking mods into account, just as a vanilla game. Medieval Total War for me is S tier. The shadow faction mechanic, the rebellions, which is something that, you know, Rome doesn't have. Medieval has such an advantage in that department in terms of the rebel factions, the shadow factions. The Mongol horde actually hurt in the original Medieval. S tier, Medieval Total War. I urge you all to try it out if you have a system that can run it. Of course, in modern systems has serious problems. I hope they remaster it. Come on, Feral. Remaster Medieval. Creative Assembly, give Medieval to someone to remaster so that it runs on modern systems again and has upgraded visuals. Also the portraits, the 2D art, the unit cards. I really like those in the original Medieval. And the building cards as well. Such great art, such a great soundtrack. S tier game. Medieval 2. I was there for the release of Medieval 2 and I was disappointed. I didn't see that Medieval 1 atmosphere. The unit cards I don't like. The 2D art in Medieval 2 I don't like. The character portraits I don't like. It has that sort of Empire Total War style not unit cards, character portraits I don't like. I don't like the look of the campaign map. And the campaign map in the vanilla game is ridiculous. More ridiculous than Rome, even. Start positions are not great in Medieval 2. The mechanics, really good in Medieval 2. Again, kind of a give and take with Rome, like diplomacy is better in Medieval 2. But the campaign AI has a passivity issue in Medieval 2. The battle AI is not bad in Medieval 2. Better than Rome, that's for sure. Better than Rome. No doubt. Sieges are fun in Medieval 2. It's a fun game. The Crusades mechanic. I think it was done better in the original Medieval, the Crusades mechanic. But Medieval 2 has a good Crusades mechanic too. I wish it was deeper. Because Medieval 2 didn't have that atmosphere. The soundtrack. I really like the battle soundtrack. The battle tracks are really good. Not the best in the series to me, but really good. The campaign map soundtrack, I don't like. The Eastern factions, the Orthodox factions, I don't think are done well in Medieval 2 at all. They don't have enough depth. And the campaign map, the regions, the provinces, the way they're divided, the way the provinces are kind of named, like Dyrrachium region, Athens region, or Constantinople region. I hate that so much. There's so many things about Medieval 2 that frustrate me. The vanilla game. So Medieval 2 mods, I really enjoy, right? Some of my favorites. I put Medieval 2 under S tier in my first Total War tier list because I think the mods are great. It has such a great modding community. And, you know, it has more mods than the original Rome, even though I generally prefer the Rome mods like Chivalry 1 over Medieval 2. The vanilla game just needed more depth to me. And then because they removed those era campaigns in Medieval 2, the high era campaign is nowhere to be found. The late era campaign is nowhere to be found. And I feel like the Kingdoms campaigns are not deep enough. They're not deep enough to me. Like the Americas campaign, the Crusades campaign, just not deep enough. Like Barbarian Invasion is a much better campaign. Medieval Total Wars era campaigns, such a leg up on Medieval 2, having just the main campaign and then some regional campaigns for the Kingdoms expansion. I have to give it a B plus A minus for Vanilla Medieval 2. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Rome, without the remaster, I would have put Rome under B. I would have put Rome under B or even C. But Medieval 2, I hope they address some of those issues in a remaster. Like maybe the graphics, the character portraits, maybe those could be reworked a bit in a remaster. But let's see. Let's see. I like Medieval. Oh, battle animations. I don't like the battle animations in Medieval 2. The battle engine in Rome is superior. Ask modders about it. I'm not the right guy to explain it, but yeah, Rome Total War has a superior feeling battle engine. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about Medieval 2. It's a B plus for Medieval 2. I'm sorry. But modded S tier. Modded Medieval 2 is S tier, no doubt about it. Total War Battles Shogun. So this game, it's another mobile game. And I've actually played this one. I played it, I beat the whole thing. Why did I do that? Because I wanted the free DLC, the Sendai DLC, I believe, for Shogun 2 Follow the Samurai, which you got for free if you beat Total War Battles Shogun. And, you know, I had fun with it. It's not, I don't think it's comparable to these other games in the series because it's a mobile game. But, you know, I had a little bit of fun with it. It was very frustrating, especially as it became more difficult, because I just wanted to play as the Sendai. I wanted the Sendai DLC in Shogun 2. I give it a C because I remember beating it fondly, but I think I was more frustrated than having fun at the time. But looking back on it, it's a good memory because I eventually did beat it and I got the Sendai DLC. So, yeah, Total War Battles Shogun, I give it a C for kind of fun. Kind spelled with a C. Okay, we've got Empire. Empire. You know, this will be easier. Arena, never played. Empire Total War. My first video on the channel was a retrospective review of Empire Total War. I don't dislike the game. I feel like it was rushed. I feel like the AI could have been great. I feel like the battles could have been great. I feel like the sieges could have been not as broken as they are. The pathfinding, the campaign mechanics, the diplomacy of vanilla, which is broken. As a vanilla game, there's just so much that's broken in Empire. And it's so sad because it could have been such a great game. It's got a big map. Again, I don't like the way they've divided the regions in the map. Persia, Iran is one big province. the Persian Empire is not playable. It should have been playable. One of the major empires fought a lot of wars in the 18th century with the Ottomans, and then they fought wars with the Russians later. Persian Empire should have been playable. Portugal should have been playable. Brazil should have been on the map. That would have been a really fun faction to play. I've had fun with it, playing it vanilla. I remember on release, I didn't get it initially because of the bad reception, and I didn't have much time at the time. And I was, playing Rome and Medieval 2, so I didn't rush out to get Empire. I waited for a good sale, and then I picked it up. And, it has its good sides and its bad sides. I know I've talked mostly about the negative, but the big campaign map I really like. Having access to so much of the map. The addition of naval battles to Total War, that's a big deal. And in Empire, they're kind of fun. I know they're kind of buggy. Well, okay, they can be a lot buggy, but anyway. And, Vanilla Empire, I have to give it a C. C-. With mods, Empire can be a solid B+, A- for me, because I've had some really cool campaigns in Empire with some of the heavier mods, with even some lighter mods, like I reviewed The Rights of Man on the channel. And The Rights of Man really improves the game to me in a lot of aspects. And with the Rights of Man mod, or with Empire Realism, I give Empire A-, B+. It's a great game. It had so much potential, but so many bugs. Oh my goodness. And the AI. Oh, diplomatic AI. Oh my goodness. Anyway, yeah, Imperial Splendor, that's a mod I should review on the channel soon. But in any case, yeah, Empire, I give it a C-, D+. Vanilla Empire. So yeah, there's my Total War tier list. We've got Shogun 2, Fall of the Samurai, Medieval Total War under S tier because they deserve it. We've got Rome and Napoleon under A. A- A for these two. We've got Three Kingdoms with a sort of B. We've got Rome 2, B+. We've got Attila, again, B. A solid B. Medieval 2, solid B. Again, I talked about a lot of the aspects I feel like we're a step back from Medieval Total War. And we're a step back and a step forward from Rome. So it's a give and take for Medieval 2. Again, without the remaster of Rome, I would rank Vanilla Medieval 2 about the same as Vanilla Rome, or a little better. But yeah, with the remaster of Rome, that gives Rome the edge here. Original Shogun, C. Total War Battles Shogun, C. I'm probably crazy for putting it there. Empire, C-. Then these two, and then the ones I've never played. So yeah, that's my Total War tier list, just vanilla Total War games. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you all for helping me get to 4,000 subscribers. If you like the historical Total War games and their mods and content about them, and we're going to have a lot of content on the channel coming up about the historical mods popping up for Rome Remastered. Yeah, stay tuned, subscribe, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you like the historical Total Wars and content about them. And again, a big thank you to everyone in the community helping us raise $780 for Focus on Children Now, the charity in Armenia. So thanks again to all of you. What an amazing community. We've reached 4,000 subscribers. Thank you all. I'll see you all in the next one.